Let us take you through the installation of the Mira Evoco triple outlet shower valve. The Mira Evoco is an all-in-one built-in showering system and is compatible for use with any UK plumbing system. The Mira Evoco triple outlet is based on our all-new built-in valve design, making it quicker and easier to install. Plus, since all of the water connections to the valve are push-fit, it also gives you the added peace of mind by removing the requirement for additional mechanical joints within the cavity of the wall. The Mira Evoco valve is suitable for installation within solid wall cavities and for rear fixed stud wall installations, where it can be affixed using the rear wall fixings. Alternatively, it can also be affixed directly onto a noggin using the noggin mount supplied with the product for stud wall installations. The valve can therefore be installed to building-in depths of 55 to 86 mm, depending on the thickness of the final finished wall surface. Using the unique push-fit connections, the built-in valve can be configured for both dual and triple outlet configurations. Simply remove the caps from the left and right-hand side of the valve and the third cap on the top of the valve when installing a triple outlet configuration. The hot and cold feeds to the shower are fed into the bottom of the valve. Hot left, cold right. In this installation, we'll be using the noggin fixings supplied with the valve to set the depth of the valve and secure the valve into place. Very important. Mark the pipe to 36 mm. And ensure that the pipe is fully pushed in until the line meets the white collet. If the pipe is not fully inserted, the product will leak. Once the box is secure, the inlet and outlet pipes can be fitted. Only 15 mm copper pipe can be used with the Mira Evoco. Plastic or barrier pipe is not suitable for this application. Cutting the copper pipe is best done using a pipe slice, and take care to remove all burrs to prevent damage to the internal seals. The locking clip supplied should then be inserted to the push-fit collets to prevent accidental removal. To achieve a comfortable height for most users, we recommend installing the height of the variable shower right angle connector to 1300 mm from the height of the standing tray or bath surface. We recommend a pipe protrusion of approximately 100 to 150 mm, which is later cut back to assemble the RAC fittings. The height of the overhead deluge arm should also be installed to a suitable ergonomic height for the users in mind. A minimum distance to the ceiling should also be observed at 35 mm. We recommend a pipe protrusion of approximately 100 to 150 mm, which is later cut back to assemble the overhead deluge fittings. For bathfiller configurations, the feed for the bathfiller will also need to be installed to an appropriate exit point for the location of the bath. For outlet pipework configuration, refer to the front shroud supplied with your product to ensure the correct outlet configuration for the push buttons. The push buttons can easily be reconfigured in the event that the outlets are piped up differently. The built-in valve is pre-fitted with a flushing cartridge. Having made the first fixed connections to the location of the relevant outlets, cap each one using push-fit stop ends. Each outlet should then be flushed in turn to remove any debris, associated fluxes, or jointing compounds used upstream to the valve connections, which could cause blockages or damage to the thermostatic valve cartridge or valve controls. Having flushed the outlets, leave all outlets capped and inspect the valve connections and pipework for leaks. If desired, a water containment test could also be undertaken to the relevant water regulations of your region. Warning: for flushing and leak testing only. Cross-flow through other taps may occur if left installed. The finished wall surfaces can then be applied. Using a 152mm hole saw, the sublayer to the finished wall surface can then be cut to accommodate the protrusion for the valve and supplies to the shower outlets. The wall sublayer can then be applied, taking care that a 3 to 23mm lip around the valve shroud will still remain after the final finished wall surface has been applied. If this is not the case, refer to the valve building in chart in the instruction manual supplied to make the necessary adjustments. Also supplied with Mira Evoco is a fabric wall seal to aid in the application of any waterproof tanking adhesive. Having dried, the final finished wall surface can then be applied. For wall panels, this requires a 152mm hole to be cut as before. The valve shroud trim can then be cut back to a maximum of 2mm to the finished wall surface using an appropriate pad saw or knife. Silicone should then be applied between the finished wall surface and the gap around the valve to prevent water ingress into the wall. The cartridge assembly can now be fitted into the valve. The Mira Evoco may be supplied with a plastic cover or cardboard cover, which includes details of important installation steps. Remove the temporary valve cover, gaining access to the flushing cartridge located in the valve body. Remove the flushing cartridge by removing the 5 securing screws, taking care that the water supplies have been isolated beforehand. Then, using grips or pliers, pull the flushing cartridge to remove it from the valve. Be sure to keep the screws, as these will be used to secure the cartridge afterwards. The yellow protective cover can then be removed from the cartridge. And a small amount of silicone grease should then be applied to the cartridge seals. For Mira Evoco valves featuring HydroGlo technology, be sure to locate the electrical contact wiring within the wiring guides. The cartridge assembly can then be fully inserted into the valve using the screws from the flushing assembly to secure into place. Power tools must not be used for this application. The valve will sit proud due to the seals. Ensure that the screws are fully tightened down to ensure the seals are fully engaged. When the valve is fully screwed down, the highlighted area will be flush. With the cartridge in place, adjustment screws for the push-button flow assembly can then be fully screwed into the valve using a slotted screwdriver. These do not need to be tight, as they are later extracted to make contact with the cover assembly. The concealing plate can then be installed to the valve body using the 4 screws provided. These should be hand-tightened only. Warning: if fixing screws are over-tightened, the lights may not work, and the shroud may not fit correctly. Power tools should not be used for this application. With the concealing plate in position, the HydroGlo terminal grommet should be inserted into the clamp, situated at the bottom of the concealing plate. Take care that the grommet is located in the correct orientation. To provide alignment for the push-button flow assembly, the yellow setting pieces are used to set the depth of the adjustment screws. The setting pieces should be used in turn across all outlets. Once in position, the slotted adjustment screws inserted earlier should be unscrewed until they engage with the setting piece and click 2 times as they meet. Take care not to compress these screws as they're untightened, so as to ensure proper alignment with the yellow setting pieces. Warning: ensure that the yellow setting piece is removed from the product, as the shroud will not fit if left in place. Once the screws are in position, these can be locked into place by inserting the white fixing pieces in place of the yellow setting piece. For installations where the front of the cartridge hub is less than 30mm from the finished wall surface, an additional control coupler will need to be installed. This simply pushes into place and then is secured using a screw and washer. The valve shroud and temperature dial can then be installed by pushing into place. Refer to our instruction guide for guidance on alignment. The Mira Evoco comes with a unique right-angle connector incorporated into the slide bar assembly. The supplies for the right-angle connector are best placed approximately 1300 mm from the floor to achieve a slide bar height suitable for all users. The pipework protrusion should be fed in 15 mm and cut to 31 to 36 mm in length from the finished wall surface. This must be fed in copper. Plastic or barrier pipe is not suitable for this application. Cutting the pipe to size is best done with a pipe slice, taking care that all burrs are removed to prevent damage to seals. The right-angle connector assembly can then be installed with the wall plate being used to mark the wall. The wall can then be drilled, taking care to avoid the pipework in the wall cavity. The wall plate can then be secured into place using the fixing supplied, or those more appropriate for the wall material if necessary. The retaining collet and seals can then be fitted to retain the pipework and provide a watertight seal. The right-angle connector assembly can then be fitted and locked into place by twisting clockwise. The cover assembly then fits over the right-angle connector and is then held into place using a grub screw, which is concealed on the underside. Turn this anti-clockwise to lock into place. The top slide bar support can then be fixed into place on the slide rail using the retaining screw on the rear of the support. Using a spirit level, the outer part of the slide rail support bracket can then be used to mark the wall for the back plate. The fixing points can then be identified and the wall marked for drilling. The wall can then be drilled and the back plate secured into place using the fixing supplied or those more appropriate for the wall material if necessary. Using a stud detector will help ensure that no surfaces are damaged within the wall cavity when drilling. The slide bar can then be assembled by mounting the clamp bracket and the hose retaining ring onto the slide bar and fitting the slide bar support into the top of the right-angle connector. The top slide rail support is then held into place by tightening the grub screw. The slide bar end then simply clips into place. The shower handset and hose can then be assembled and connected to the RAC assembly. Taking care to thread the hose through the hose retaining ring in order to comply with water regulations. Mira Evoco is supplied with a 9 litres per minute outlet flow regulator designed to be installed between the hose and the right-angle connector. Refer to the installation manual for the benefits of installing these. To install the overhead deluge, the pipework protrusion should be fed in 15 mm and cut to 25 mm plus or minus 2 mm in length from the finished wall surface. This must be fed in copper. Plastic or barrier pipe is not suitable for this application. Cutting the pipe to size is best done with a pipe slice, taking care that all burrs are removed to prevent damage to seals. The rear-fed deluge backplate assembly can then be installed, with the wall plate being used to mark the wall. The wall can then be drilled, taking care to avoid the pipework in the wall cavity. The backplate assembly can then be secured into place using the fixing supplied or those more appropriate for the wall material if necessary. The foam seal to the reverse of the backplate creates a watertight seal to prevent water ingress back into the wall and is not intended for removal. The retaining nut and ring should then be installed to secure the pipe in place and prevent it from being pushed back into the wall. This should be tightened using an appropriate size spanner, taking care that the retaining ring is installed in the correct orientation. Having applied a small amount of silicone grease around the pipe, the overhead body can then be slid into place and secured using the fixing supplied. Place the chrome shroud onto the deluge arm beforehand, and then slide the deluge arm into the overhead body and hand tighten the head nut. This does not require the use of any additional tools or grips. The chrome shroud then clips into place, leaving a flush finish. The Mira Evoco is supplied with 9 litres per minute outlet flow regulators, designed to be installed between the deluge arm and deluge head. Refer to the instructions for the benefits of installing these. The deluge head can then be fitted to the shower arm and then hand tightened to achieve a watertight seal. The Mira Evoco Bathfiller is pre-assembled and comes supplied with a waste installation tool for your speed and convenience. The Bathfiller outlet is a bayonet fitting and is easily removed from the Bathfiller assembly prior to installation. Remove the 3 screws used to secure the Bathfiller assembly into place. The Bathfill waist simply unscrews from the body, with the built-in pop-up waist also unthreading from the waist assembly. The Bathfiller assembly is also supplied with a push-fit water connection and requires the removal of the protective cap before installation. The Bathfiller waist is installed hand-tight and then secured into place using the installation tool provided. The pop-up waist is then threaded into place. Having extended the overflow pipe, the Bathfiller is then secured into place using the 3 screws provided. Power tools must not be used for this application. The Bathfiller outlet is then pushed into place and locked into position using the bayonet fitting. Alignment of the Bathfiller and waist assembly may be necessary during assembly by loosening the Jubilee clip on the overflow hose. Be sure to retighten this after final assembly. The mixed water connection from the shower valve can then be made using the 15mm push-fit connection. A minimum insertion depth of 40mm is required in order to make the watertight connection. This must be fed in copper. Plastic or barrier pipe is not suitable for this application. Cutting the pipe to size is best done with a pipe slice, taking care that all burrs are removed to prevent damage to seals. The locking fit supplied should then be inserted to the push-fit collet to prevent accidental removal. Your Mira Evoco is now ready for use.